Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to my little movie news program right now. Now, this little thing that I've been hearing about is the fact that Fast 8 is going to be filming in Iceland. Another thing too is that I also found out too that Vin Diesel also teased a picture a couple of weeks ago saying the possibility of them even filming in New York. Now, I like the fact that they're actually taking this up to another level, as far as things go with whatever they're gonna do. Now, another thing that I'm gonna say this: I love the Fast and the Furious franchise. I feel like it just gets better and better every single time you go out to a movie and everything, and you can just shove popcorn in your face, and you don't even have to worry about the plot or whatever because we already know there's going to be some fast cars. There's going to be a bunch of things happening. We know that Vin Diesel is going to show his muscles. We know that he's going to get his butt kicked by somebody. And I'm hoping that Jason Statham is back again so that way he can go on ahead and have that fight again because I feel like we were kind of cheated out of that whole entire thing last time with Furious 7 whenever you had that whole entire shooting with the where the rock splits the parking garage and you see Jason Statham go down. I feel like that they need to at least have another rematch again because I want to see them go toe and toe again. Another thing too that I feel like they need to capitalize on is the fact that when you're in New York, you need to actually have a little bit more street racing in there. And I like the fact that they even went towards a whole different route with the fifth one as well, because they went with a heist kind of job and then they kept on doing the heist thing a little bit. But it's good just to go on ahead and go back to the roots of this whole entire thing. Yes, the first one was kind of like a copycat version of. If you're looking for a good Point Break remake, this go and watch the first Fast and the Furious movie because it feels like a Point Break remake rather than a Fast and the Furious movie, and I feel like that was some pretty good aspects with that. So that's the way I feel. Now, with Vin Diesel feeling passionate about this because him and Paul Walker also talked about doing more Fast and the Furious movies, and he wants to do the continuation of the Fast and the Furious franchise and stuff like that. I feel like he's trying to fulfill what him and Paul Walker talked about before he died. So I feel like that, you know, when I feel like that he's doing this for him and not just doing it because of the money or whatever, because he wants to honor his friend. Another thing too that I want to talk about is the fact that Arnold wants to come back as Conan, and he said that he's then taking their time with the script. And what basically what the movie's going to be about is he's been on the throne for a while, and someone wants to overtake. I'm sorry, but what do you mean by taking your time? It's been 30 something years since the last Conan movie, since you've been in it, Arnold. And you're telling me that you guys are taking your time. What are you going to do? You're going to be an old guy standing on the throne and someone's going to dethrone you? I'm sorry, I think you're going to have a chance at having a stroke before someone overtakes you, or you're going to die of a heart attack, either which one. But you need to go back and take your supplementals and everything and come back with something else besides this. And I feel bad for the guy because I feel like that he's trying to do what Stallone did, which was Stallone went back to the Rocky franchise to get his stuff going again. This guy, he can't get any good work going right now. He tried with a whole bunch of other movies that didn't work. Then he decided, oh, let me go back with doing Terminator. Terminator failed because of the mixed reviews that the critics had for it. I haven't seen it because of the mixed reviews, and I kind of stayed away from it because I didn't really like Terminator Salvation. So that's just my thought process on that whole entire thing. But as for Conan itself, okay, I don't mind them passing the torch to somebody else. And they tried doing a reboot with Jason Momoa, and it's not Jason Momoa's fault for the way that went down. I feel like that it was the bad script, and it was the way that it was handled, and Jason Momoa could do with this horrible script. As for Arnold, stay stay away from this. I'm sorry, but it's been 30 years. What are you gonna do with this? You know, and if someone's going to overtake him after sitting on the throne for this long of a time, come on. You need to actually think about this before you actually sign that contract to do this movie. Another thing he's also trying to work on is the movie called Triplets with Eddie Murphy and all them. And they're sitting down on a script right now trying to go over what the best situations to go over that script. And I'm not interested in even in that movie unless I see a trailer. Then maybe I might be sold. Same thing with Conan. I mean, Right now, I'm making jokes about it. Later on, if I see a trailer, I might actually like it. It all depends on how they even make this movie, if they even make this movie at all. Because I don't feel like anybody's even asking for another Conan movie, or even asking for Arnold to come back. And then you also have another piece of news that broke yesterday. A matter of fact, was um, Taron Egerton. He wants to go back and do. They're trying to make another um, Kingsman movie, and I really enjoyed the Kingsman movie for what it was, because it was a whole new, fresh take on the whole spies thing. You have this young, if you're looking for like a young James Bond Jr., this is the movie that you need to actually check out, because I feel like the acting in this movie was very good, the action was very good. Samuel L. Jackson nailed the part of the villain. Everything just flowed nicely. I also like um the little action thing in the church as well, where everything went down, and then they're playing Freebird, and I'll never think of Freebird the same again after seeing that. But I feel like that they do need to make another one, and I can't wait to see that they make another one because of how much money that they made in the last thing, and how good it was, and how much original it was, and fresh and new. That I'm ready for another one. And then we also have another little piece of movie news that broke, and that was the whole fact with the Labyrinth. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong or whatever, but this is the way I feel about it. David Bowie just died, and I feel like they don't need to reboot it or whatever. And I'm glad it's a continuation. Once I actually saw another thing where they said, "Hold up, time out. We're just doing a continuation, and we've been in this thing for about 4 years trying to develop something." So I'm like, okay, so this was in development way before David Bowie died. Therefore, I'm okay with it, but I wonder where they go with this. Is Jim Henson Company is going to come back and be involved in it, any kind of way or fashion? But for this kind of movie, you need to actually have those puppets there to help serve the movie. And have a little bit of CGI in there too, but not enough to take you out of the movie. But you need to actually have those puppets there. They serve a purpose. They're there for a reason. Don't take something that was actually a cult classic back in the 80s and try and change something that was special to that movie. Otherwise, you're going to lose the fans. You're going to lose what was special about the first one, and you're not going to even have the same type of feel to it because you're lost a bunch of people that was actually really loved this movie. So, anyways, that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close out on this because that's pretty much everything that I wanted to pretty much break down and talk about right now. And don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like the fact that Arnold is coming back as Conan? Do you like the idea of another Fast and Furious movie? Do you like? Did you even like the Kingsman Secret Service? Tell me what your favorite movies were from last year, and even tell me too that are you excited about another Labyrinth movie without David Bowie and having a continuation after 4 years? Because I really want to see what you guys think about this whole entire thing and see how us as fans, because I'm a fan before anything else, but I also know how to really dive into stuff and actually take it from a business perspective as well as a fan perspective and try and do something like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead. I'm gonna close out, but don't forget to like and comment below. And I hope everyone has a good day. And I'll be back probably tomorrow to tweet news. But until next time, bye bye.